Hey friends, we are back with another winter storm update from Hamilton County, Indiana. I don't know if you can actually see the snow falling through the camera, but it's coming down at a light moderate rate. I wouldn't call it really moderate yet. We had a big dry slot come through that was kind of unexpected, but it looks like that has backed everything up, so it's going to run later than what was originally anticipated. So it has been snowing in earnest here for probably a half hour or so, and you can see it's starting to accumulate a little bit. The forecast for freezing rain has kind of been taken off the table, which is a good thing because you do not want snow and freezing rain mixed together. Believe me, we've been there. You don't want that. The big story, I think, is going to be the winds this evening, late this afternoon in through the overnight hours, where they're forecasting winds of up to 40 miles an hour, which even if we get just 3 or 4 inches of snow, that's going to be a huge, huge mess. My name's Rick. I'm in just outside of Indianapolis, Indiana, and if you're not familiar with my channel, it's mostly about music, nostalgia, and food and product reviews, but I am a weather guy. Not professionally. I love the weather and I love sharing it with you all. We often go live on here and show my bird feeders and what's going on. No activity at the feeders right now. Jim is back in today. Jim, I hope your trip home was good. I was just filling folks in that dry slot filled in, and now the rain is coming down, the snow is coming down, and you can tell it's already starting to accumulate. So it's going to start piling up pretty quickly as the snow intensifies this afternoon. And the big story for us is going to be winds up to about 40 miles an hour this evening. So as I was mentioning earlier, even 2, 3, 4 inches of snow with 40 mile an hour winds, it's going to be a challenge to keep the roads clear. Our local sunset here is 5:22 p.m. tonight. I'm planning on scheduling and doing a final live today at 5 p.m. So put up that on your calendars. I'll put that out on Twitter and Blue Sky and all those places, so folks that want to join me can. Let me know if you're watching, where you are, and what your weather is looking like. The fact that this started a couple of hours later than was anticipated here in Hamilton County, Indiana, has allowed it to intensify. So I think we may end up with the higher end of the projections, but that's just I won't even say an educated guess. That's just kind of a gut feeling. I think we may be closer to the 6 to 7 inch prediction than the 4 inch prediction that was coming out earlier. 4 to 7 is the official prediction. And again, that wind could really, really mess things up for us. We've actually had a pretty mild winter so far. This is our second snow. First one was about 2 inches or so. That was a couple of weeks ago. Earlier this week, it was up in the 60s, high 50s and low 60s. So this has been a really mild early winter so far. I am looking forward to being here for about 2 more weeks, actually 2 weeks from today. My wife, and hello there, Chicken. It's nice to see you. Thank you for joining me for just a quick weather update from Hamilton County, Indiana. It is snowing right now. The front edge of the winter storm is just hitting us. The snow is actually picking up a little bit. I don't know if I zoom in on the tree if you'll be able to see the flakes coming down. There you can see it maybe a little bit better. So we'll see what happens. 4 to 7 inches of snow, 40 mile an hour winds. It's going to be nasty. And then another storm coming in on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. So we are kind of locked in a pattern of storms. We're hoping for a nothing burger. We're a little disappointed at this because my wife and I had a concert tonight with her Irish band. We had to cancel that because people would be traveling from all over, and by the time the concert would start at 7 p.m., it just would not be safe for people to be out. So it was disappointing to have an open date on our calendar this time of year. But that's all right. I've kind of enjoyed having a home day with my wife and my dog. My wife made a big pot of chili earlier today, and man, it was some of the best chili she's ever made. So we've got that laid up for us for the next few days. Gonna watch a movie tonight. Gonna watch Svengoolie. If you all know who Svengoolie is, he's a horror host out of Chicago that shows old campy horror movies every Saturday night. She's gonna pop a big bowl of popcorn and we'll settle in for that. And we have already called church in the morning. And I realize it doesn't look like much now, but many of our congregation are older. Many of them travel to be with us. So we're going to do Zoom in the morning instead of an in-person service. Clear the air lanes. It's time for the big broadcast. Jim, that may have been how you and I first connected, through the Svengoolie Twitter party. I don't really remember. It seems like we've been connected forever. KTY is here. Good to see you. Is that an acronym from the Katy Railroad, perhaps? K&T Railroad. I've ridden the entire Katy Trail from St. Louis to Kansas City on my bicycle. It was a incredible adventure. I would love to do one more epic trip on my bicycle before my time on Earth is ended. I got to get it in shape first, and I think I would do it on a recumbent. I'm getting older. My balance is not what it used to be. You know, I like the snow. I hate that we kind of had to cancel some events this weekend, but I do like the snow. I struggle a lot, KDY. I struggle a lot in the wintertime when it's just gloomy and cloudy. The snow puts a nice white blanket of stuff on the ground. The bird feeders get really active. We love feeding our birds. That's a great question, and I appreciate you answer it. We are not going to be seeing the sun at any time soon here in central Indiana. I don't think even for the next week we're going to see any sun. So if it's going to be cloudy, I would much rather have a white covering of snow on the ground than just the gray, dead grass that we're seeing. We thought we were going to start getting the snow about 10 o'clock this morning. We got a flurry or two about 10 a.m. and that did not last very long. But here about a half hour ago, it kind of started up in earnest. You can tell that the cars are already covered up. Streets starting to get covered up. So this is going to pile up pretty quickly, I think. Oh my goodness, what a great compliment. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad that you love the snow. I love it too. It just puts that nice white covering on everything. So I retired. I spent 30 years as a firefighter paramedic, and now I'm a pastor. I do a radio show. I have a podcast every week. So I do things like that. There was a time in my life I thought I might go into radio full time, but that path just did not open up to me. I love Memphis. My wife has never been to Memphis, and I've told her several times I need to get her down there. What a great place. We are both musicians, and of course that's a great town. That's a great town for musicians. KDY, life is too short to live it any other way, right? Life's short. Even if you live to be 90 years old, life is short. So yeah, I do a program on Deep Grooves Radio every Thursday night, 60s and 70s music. I have a podcast that is all about positive mental health and nostalgia, and do lots of different things. Absolutely, share away. I would love to give you my opinion. Not that my opinion is worth a lot, but I absolutely would love to do that. It is currently 32 degrees here. We don't have any wind to speak of right now. As you can tell, the snow is just kind of drifting down, but it's going to be very interesting tonight. Once again, I'll be live again tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern with another weather update. That'll be the last one for the day, because then it'll be dark and you won't really be able to see what's going on. Well, KDY, let me tell you this. You are not the only one that worries about the future. I do too. And I think every human being I have ever met probably worries about the future. Um, and my best answer to that is, in my years of experience and learning, is to control the things that you can control and let go of the things that you can't control. I cannot control everything that goes on around me, but I can control my reaction to it. I don't know if that makes any sense or not. It certainly makes sense to me. There came a time in my life when I had to realize that there are things that I can't control. You can absolutely write that down. Control the things you can't control, control the things you can control, and let the other stuff go. I think that's the best way to live life. It will do wonders for your mental health. You know, you talk about raising kids. You can teach your kids everything that you know about life, but it's up to them what they do with that knowledge, right? You can worry about your parents as they age. I provided end-of-life care both for my father and for my father-in-law. I could not control their journey. That was their journey to walk. I could control my part in it, and I could control my reaction to it. Yeah, it will do your mental health great wonders. Trust me, I've been there. It'll do your mental health great wonders. And I have, walked a mental health journey for a very long time, and I still struggle with trying to control things I should not be trying to control. I still do that, but at least I feel like I've got a better handle on it. Y'all, if you like mental health content, I do post some of that here on my channel. If you like 60s, 70s music and lots of other fun stuff, that's kind of what my channel's about. But I'm a bit of a weather geek, and when the weather starts changing, I'm all about that. This is going to be the end of our update for right now. I'll be back at 5 p.m. Eastern tonight. Then I also will be back in the morning. You're so welcome. I would love that. Katie, drop me a comment, drop me a note. I'll send you my email address. New York City is one of my absolute favorite places in the world. I love New York City. My wife summed it up so well. We stepped off the subway, and she talked about never feeling so big and so small at the same time. Would love to connect with you, absolutely. I'll be back at 5 p.m. Eastern tonight. I'll be back in the morning. We'll decide what time tonight, probably 8:30, but we'll see. You all have a great day. I hope to see some of you at 5 o'clock tonight.